All right, so what we're going to talk about here real quick is we're going to talk about the NBA, and we're going to specifically talk about why the Eastern Conference really isn't as strong as what everybody is giving it hype for, and there is really only 1.5 teams to really be afraid of coming out of the East. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into that. So what I've done here is everybody's talking about there's 4 powerhouse teams in the East. Okay, they've got Milwaukee, you've got Toronto, okay, and in reality that's it. However, a lot of people are talking about Philadelphia and Boston as well. So we're just going to go ahead and break that down and explain to everybody that just because the East is more crowded together without LeBron James over there does not make it stronger and does not make it a legitimate contender in today's NBA. So the Eastern Conference top 4 teams that I just listed versus the top 8 in the West. And the top 8 in the West as of today are Golden State, Denver, Portland, OKC, Houston, Utah, the Clippers, and the Spurs. Okay? So Milwaukee is a combined 16-7 versus the West. Okay? And they're 7-6 against those top 8 teams. 7-6 against those top 8 teams. Just one game over 500, which means they're 9-1 against that bottom half of the Western Conference. They're really just eating on these bottom half teams. All these teams in the East really do. Okay? Now Toronto. Toronto is a little bit better at 8-5 against those top 8 teams in the West. And Toronto does have that good old 2-0 over Golden State. And I think Toronto is a bigger threat to the Warriors than Milwaukee will ever be. But I'm not sure that Toronto can get through Milwaukee. It's kind of like, UFC fights. Matchups make the fight. Well, matchups make the series. And I think Toronto has got what it takes in depth, in youth, and defense to possibly beat the Warriors. And I don't believe Milwaukee does. That's why I say 1.5 teams, because maybe if Milwaukee got super lucky, but Toronto's going to be the one team that has a chance. Now, Philadelphia is an impressive 9-6 against those top teams. But here's what's really scary. In Boston, which a lot of people love Boston, and God, if Gordon Hayward was the player he was for Boston and Utah, for Boston as he was in Utah, it would be scary. However, he's not. They're not. Kyrie's clearly not bought in. Probably going to be in LA next year with LeBron. Yeah, you heard it here. Kyrie's going to rejoin LeBron in LA, and they're going to pick up another one. Probably maybe a Kawhi Leonard. That would be scary. All right. So Boston is 2-10 against those top teams in the West. Boston is fake. They're not going to get it done. They're not even going to make it out of the East. The Warriors have one team in the West to really worry about, and that's going to be Houston, and they are going to be out of gas. James Harden's going to run out of gas, and it's going to be a done deal, and it won't even matter. So, just real quick, the East is not really that strong. Quit giving the top teams in the East credit. They have 2 teams. 2, not 4. 2. Did you watch what Houston did to Boston tonight? I watched it. I was going to watch that game. I was excited. I was juiced for that game. Houston made paper mache of them in the first half. They literally took the fourth quarter off and still won that game. It was disgusting. I'm sorry, Boston.